Hello, word listeners. Welcome back to another episode of Hello Word. I'm your host, Alex, and I'm thrilled to have you join me as we explore the fascinating world of the English language, one word at a time. Today, our word of the day is buck. It's a C1 level noun, and it primarily means either a dollar or a male animal, specifically a male deer. Let's start with the dollar meaning. Buck as a term for dollar is informal but very common, especially in everyday conversation. You might hear someone say, "That coffee cost me $5." This is a casual way of saying it cost $5. It's important to note that while perfectly acceptable in informal settings, you wouldn't usually use buck when referring to large sums of money in a formal or business context. Now, let's move on to the other meaning, the male animal. A buck is specifically a male deer, and sometimes it can refer to other male animals like a male rabbit, although deer is the most common association. For example, the hunter spotted a large buck in the woods. This means the hunter saw a male deer. Let's explore some synonyms for buck when it means dollar. Some alternatives include dollar, which is the most straightforward and formal equivalent. You could say, "The shirt costs $20. Another synonym, although less common these days, is smackaroo. That old car cost him only 50 smackaroos. Now, for synonyms related to buck as a male deer, we have stag. You could say, "The hunting party went out in search of a stag." You could also use the term male deer, which is more descriptive but equally accurate. The male deer was grazing peacefully in the meadow. Moving on to antonyms. When buck refers to a dollar, there aren't any direct antonyms since it's a unit of currency. However, you could consider alternatives like a higher denomination bill, such as a $100 bill or a $5 bill. But these aren't true antonyms. They're just different amounts. When buck refers to a male deer, the direct antonym is doe, which is a female deer. For instance, the wildlife photographer captured images of both a buck and a doe. Another antonym is hind, which is also a female deer, primarily used in British English. The hind cautiously approached the water's edge. Let's talk about usage in everyday life. When using buck to mean dollar, you'll often hear phrases like, "Can you lend me a few bucks?" Or "That'll cost you $10." It's a quick and easy way to refer to small amounts of money. When referring to a male deer, you might hear someone say, "Look at that majestic buck in the field," or "Deer hunting season opens next week. Many will be hunting for bucks." Here are some example sentences using buck. "I need to save up a few more bucks to buy that new game." In this case, bucks means dollars. The buck stopped here, which is an idiom meaning someone is taking responsibility. The young buck challenged the older deer for dominance. This refers to a young male deer. He made a quick buck selling lemonade. Again, buck means dollar, implying a small amount of money earned easily. She donated $100 to the charity. This is a casual way of saying she donated $100. The farmer saw a buck eating his crops. Here, buck refers to a male deer. Another example sentence is, "He passed the buck to his colleague." This idiom means he avoided taking responsibility and passed it on to someone else. So, to recap, buck is a C1 level noun with two main meanings, a dollar and a male deer. While it's essential to understand both meanings, remember that using buck for dollar is informal. Synonyms for dollar include dollar and smackaroo, while synonyms for male deer include stag and male deer. The antonym for male deer is doe or hind. And remember, buck can be used in everyday conversation to refer to small amounts of money or to describe a male deer. That brings us to the end of today's Hello Word episode. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found this exploration of the word buck informative and engaging. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your support helps others discover Hello Word and continue learning about the English language. We really appreciate it. Now, before you go, I have a small challenge for you. I encourage you to create your own sentence using the word buck in either of its meanings and share it as a comment below this episode. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep saying hello word. Bye for now.